first of all, just introduce yourself and then tell me, it's already recording, but just tell me what your name is, where you work, what kind of work you do, and how long you've been in Extension for.
Am I looking at you or the camera?
You can look at me or both, because I'm standing right behind you. So.
Jennifer Fawcett. I work at North Carolina State University in the Extension Forestry Department. I'm an Extension Associate there, and I've been here for a little over 5 years.
Okay, and what kind of work do you do?
100% of my work revolves around wildland fire, and so I do all sorts of prescribed fire and wildland fire programming, mostly in the southern region, and I help to coordinate a prescribed fire partnership through a Southeast Prescribed Fire Initiative.
So what kind of advice have you been given, or you wish you had known, or you've kind of figured out that you want to share over the past five years?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. There's so much I wish I had known when I first started, and it's just, I guess really I've learned that there's a lot that I still have to learn, and every single day I'm learning more, and I think the further I go along, I am learning more along the way. But I guess the advice that I would really give is to maybe choose a few projects that I could really excel at and take my time and do really well than a bunch of projects that are kind of scattered and takes a lot longer and a lot getting pulled in so many different directions.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do you have any stories of things that like went well or didn't go so well, where you learned something, or were out of your control, where like crap went well, badly, but you had no impact on that? It was just factors beyond your control. Or just any stories you can.
Yeah, I don't really have any crazy stories like that. I mean, there's been some events that we had to cancel because apparently people celebrate Mother's Day on Saturdays sometimes in places that was unexpected, and so there was not a big turnout the Saturday before Mother's Day. Yeah, there's nothing really crazy though.
Okay. What else are in your notes?
I can talk to, I didn't have it in there, but I can speak to the work-life balance.
Sure.
Okay. So a lot of times you hear it called work-life balance, but lately I've had conversations with people that it should probably be actually the other way around, life-work balance, because when you think about your day, right, and your week, if you're supposed to be getting your full 8 hours of sleep, that's 1/3 of your life. Work is essentially 1/3 of your life, but then you need your life, right? And so you have combination of sleep and life, so life, whereas work is actually kind of the second part that pays for you to be able to do all of the fun things. I don't I'm still working on that one myself, work-life balance, but I think over time you just have to prioritize and maybe say no to some things.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. When did you feel like you were starting to get a good handle on the job?
Yeah, so 5 years in, I feel like I'm maybe starting to finally get the hang of it and get a handle on it, but honestly, it's every day I'm still learning more, and I hope to continually kind of grow, and I think that when technology is changing constantly, and so even though I feel like I have a pretty good handle on it now, that you still have to be really open and flexible to changing down the road, because I know that things are not going to be the same even 5 years from now. So I'm just trying to stay open, and hopefully I'll continue to keep a handle on it. I don't know if I'll ever get the full handle though.
And then can you speak to like the different audiences you work with, and because I think you do work with a bunch of different audiences.
Yeah, so in our partnership, we work with all audiences, ranging anywhere from private landowners, both non-industrial and industrial. Also, we work with land managers and fire practitioners. There's researchers and agency staff. So the partnership that I work with is actually comprised of a variety of different audiences. And so when we're working on materials, we have to think about how to kind of target those programs a little bit differently for each of those audiences. And that's something that I'm still working on and still learning how to better do, is how to actually target those materials for those different audiences. It's really important.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think, I wish I had known about extension sooner, and I wish I had known about it in my undergrad career. I worked with one of my professors was in extension, and as an undergrad I didn't understand what that meant or what that, like, she called herself an extension professor, but I didn't fully understand what that was or what she did. And I think had I known back then what it was, I think I probably would have started in this industry sooner than I did. And it was also a great experience having some other experiences before I started in extension that I think kind of helped me do a better job at what I do now. But I do wish that I had known about it sooner, and that I think it's our job working in extension to maybe try to reach out to some of the younger folks and to explain to them what our job is, and that to help them get started in this profession so we can continue to grow over the years.